So you came into the UK at the time where active recruitment of nurses in the UK had dropped
So
to
they
the
say.
barest minimum.
Mm.
And you didn't just come to the UK, because I remember meeting you. You came as a band 6 nurse.
Oh my God. Okay.
How on earth did you achieve that without self-sponsorship and without being OSCE, without coming over to the UK to do the OSCE and then going back before you get the job?
Okay.
Hi everyone, you're welcome to Nursing Unscripted, and today we have a guest who is a registered nurse in the UK, and she's a bladder and bowel nurse. Let me introduce Nurse Aiyewunmi, Deborah.
It's not as funny clapping, but it's fine.
Right, you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's so nice to see you after a very, very long time.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deborah, and I'm a registered nurse, as is rightly said, and also I'm a bladder and bowel specialist nurse in the UK.
Right. So we'll go into into several questions, and then we'll have game session, and we'll have so much fun. We hope to have so much fun.
Yeah. Look forward.
So what inspired you to be a nurse?
Okay, so actually, I wanted to study medicine, but due to the Nigerian system, as you all know, so I was forced to go into not like I was forced literally, but I had the option of studying nursing because medicine did not work out.
You were forced?
I was not forced. Like I had a passion. Like a second option, something like that.
So nursing was like a second option.
Yeah, for me.
So what was the decision changing moment for you into deciding to study nursing?
Because I was like, since the whole aim is to care for people, to care for the sick, I was like, so what's there? Since medicine did not work out, nursing is a better option.
So you literally had a passion for care, and you just wanted to look after people, genuinely, and nursing gave you the opportunity to look after people. Yeah,
I'm glad for that.
That's brilliant. So how has it been so far? Your career, your work experience?
So far so good. It has been okay, and it has been a roller coaster, but I'm happy to be nursing.
There's been you've had the ups, you've had the downs.
Yeah, the ups, the downs, everything. But
so where did you work back in Nigeria before you?
So in Nigeria, I was working in a private establishment. I think in the heart of Lekki.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what sort of things were you doing in the private establishment?
It was like a general medicine sort of thing, like we see patients, we perform surgery, stuff like that. Yeah,
wow.
So it
and
was.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I did to an extent because it covers everything about nursing.
And how was the pay?
The pay was let's talk about that.
All right, no problem. So can you share your experience migrating from Nigeria to the UK? How did you adapt? How was it generally? Okay,
so migrating from Nigeria to the UK, it was a sweet, sour experience. Coming to the UK excited, elated about UK this, and getting here, you're like, okay, is this the UK? So it's it's a sweet sour experience, like I said.
So you literally had the experience, or what you saw was different from the experience that you expected.
Yeah, people like the way they like carried it, and like, oh, UK this, UK that, and getting to UK like, okay, calm down, sit back, and let's it unfold.
Right. So what were the shocks, culture shocks?
I'll just speak about the culture shock generally. So mode of dressing, it was like a culture shock, and when you step on somebody mistakenly, like, oh, I'm sorry, the Nigerian in me, oh, I'm sorry, like, you don't need to be sorry, and I'm like, oh my God, my bad. So all of those stuff,
yeah. So I mean, sorry, Nigeria is literally like, say sorry for everything.
If you don't say sorry, be like, you are too rude.
Like,
well,
yeah, you say sorry, they're like, I don't need the course. Don't worry, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's it. How about work shock? Is there something?
Work shock is me addressing someone that like a older colleague or someone that has like a way more experience or academic experience more than me, and I'm saying, and I'm calling the person by name,
by their first name,
and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not used to this.
You just call Angie by Angie, and Angie is like your
but
boss.
in Nigeria, me sometimes I'll still bow. You don't need to bow. I'm sorry, that's just who I am.
That's nice. I mean, you've had so much fun through all of this, I believe.
Yeah.
So when you were transitioning from Nigeria to the UK, what were like your biggest challenges?
So my biggest challenge is fear of unknown. because I don't know what the future would tell.
Yeah.
Though I know that, oh, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. I've written my plans down, but I'm like, what if it does not work out? So fear of unknown, like it's a very big one, though.
How did you maneuver that fear of the unknown?
I'd say the fear is still even, it's not like it's there, but it is still there, silently sitting there. But one thing I'll just say is taking a day as it comes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah. So this question is a bit dicey, but I mean you take it.
Okay, please.
So you came into the UK at a time where active recruitment of nurses in the UK had dropped
So
to
they
the
say.
barest minimum. And you didn't just come to the UK, because I remember meeting you. You came as a band 6 nurse.
Oh my God. Okay.
How on earth did you achieve that without self-sponsorship and without being OSCE, without coming over to the UK to do the OSCE and then going back before you get the job?
Okay, so how many minutes do I have? How many minutes do I have to answer this question?
Please express yourself. This one is really important.
Okay, so coming to the UK as a band 6, it was not like a band 6 role, like a band 6.
But the contract,
it was a developmental role, 6 months.
Was a contract that you were going to get into that post.
Yeah, sure.
And develop into a band 6 within 6 months.
Within 6 months, yeah. So that was the contract. Like
I've been waiting ages for you to tell me the magic or whatever on earth you did. Okay,
so starting from the application process, I was just applying. But one thing I would just say to someone out there is don't just apply. So once you're applying for a job role, make sure that your supporting statement and even to the extent of the certification you are attaching to the job application, make sure it is in line with the job role. So I think that was what I did. So any job I was applying for back then in Nigeria, I had to check for the job specification and make sure that my supporting statement is in line. So I applied for this job, but I did not know, like, it was just my subconscious mind because I've applied for so many jobs. So when I got this interview invite, I was like, Bladder and Bowel Nurse, band 6, how did it happen? But God having it came true. And but during the interview process, before then, I had like a mentor who coached me.
What's his name?
His name is Osai, Nurse Osai. I don't know if you know him, but he was my mentor.
Shout out to Nurse Osai.
Shout out to him, yeah, because he really tried. So it was one mentoring me during these processes and during the interview. But I went for the interview and I got their response, I think in 2 weeks or in less than a week. Yeah.
And then you got the job.
I got the job.
Look, you're talking about supporting statement, person specification. I mean, we did all that. We didn't get band 6 roles in Nigeria.
I would say it is God.
I mean, anyone looking at this will tell you that. I check all of this.
Yeah, I know. But I would say,
do differently.
I would say this story is just God because, like I said earlier, even from the application, I did not remember me applying for this job role. When I saw it, I was like, it was like a shock to me.
There was a special place of grace in your story. Yeah.
And I thank God for that.
You're really graceful.
I thank God
Thank
for
you
that.
very much. So we'll take a little short break and then we'll be back quite shortly.
So, as a student nurse, you have issues getting proper resources and information. And this is what Nursing with Light offers. At nursingwithlight.com, you get proper information and resources to help you navigate through nursing school.
So welcome back everyone, and this is still Nursing Unscripted, and with me is Nurse Aiyewunmi Deborah, a Bladder and Bowel Nurse in the United Kingdom. And we're going to the second session of these questions. Can you explain to me like an 100-level student? I don't want to say like a 5-year-old because I want to be above very, very basic.
Yeah.
What do you do as a Bladder and Bowel Nurse?
Okay, so as a bladder and bowel specialist nurse, we cover everything relating to the bladder and the bowel. So we do so many things: catheterization, examination, talk, rectal examination, abdominal examination, name it. So everything relating to bladder or the bowel, we do that.
You deal with it.
Yeah, we do
so
that.
you look after patients with bowel and bladder condition.
Yeah.
So what are like the common conditions that you encounter manage, common diagnoses that you come across?
Okay, so one of the common or one of the like
commonest ones.
Is prolapse.
What kind of prolapse?
Vaginal prolapse.
Vaginal prolapse.
Yeah, it's very common.
Wow.
And Another one is hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Yeah, hemorrhoid, retracted penis.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Yeah,
Really?
so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so like all of those things, yeah.
Wow.
Urine incontinence is like, yeah, the basis.
So did you have any idea of bladder and bowel nursing from Nigeria?
No, I don't think so.
Or have you encountered similar conditions in Nigeria?
Similar conditions, I would say no. But when I was in school, then I remember my reproductive lecturer, Mrs. Barove, shout out to her.
Aww.
So she used to like teach us about prolapse and stuff like that. But when I came to like on this job, I was like, oh, so this is the prolapse. So this is like, I had like a bigger picture.
You could see what you were being taught ages ago. And have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, so far so good.
Even though it involves people's private.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's part of me now, so like I'm not ashamed about it.
Beautiful. Can you tell us the most memorable or rewarding experience as a bladder and bowel nurse?
I've had so many experiences, but one of them, the one that stood out for me, was when a patient texted me, because I know people be asking how did she have your number?
Yeah.
So it was on my work phone. So she just sent me this text message, like a very emotional text message, and saying, "Oh, Nurse Deborah, thank you for your advice. I'm very well in myself." Because when she came to clinic, she was very emotional. She was facing like one or two issues, and with the advice I gave her in clinic, with everything, like not only me, with like
your colleagues,
my colleagues and all, she was okay, and she had to text, and I was like, oh my God, so somebody is like gaining from the care I'm rendering. So I was so glad about it.
How did that make you feel?
It's me on top of the wall.
I mean, I think that's just the part of nursing that makes all of us so happy. The fact that someone out there is being touched by you. Just
by the care we render.
Knowing that just by you being alive, someone there is going to be going to have a better life. That's beautiful. So what skills do you think every nurse should have in the 21st century to thrive?
21st century, I would say communication skills. Communication is very, very important. Very, very important in the way you relate to patients, patient relative, and even your colleagues. Very.
So nurses have to be top notch with their communication skills. And sometimes it's not just face-to-face communication.
Verbal, non-verbal, your body language, your facial expression, everything you have to be.
Sometimes knowing how to interpret patient gestures, knowing when to react, knowing when not to react. So that's really important. Trust me, it is beautiful. Do you prescribe?
No, and that's one of the annoying thing about Bladder and Bowel, because I feel we should be like a nurse prescriber.
Do you have prescribers in your team? So you have nurses that prescribe in your Bladder and Bowel team?
They don't prescribe, but they have like the qualification
to prescribe. But because they are Bladder and Bowel nurses, they don't prescribe.
But I think other specialty like heart failure and stuff, they prescribe. But why that restriction?
So the other nurses that in other specialties
that prescribe are not prescriber, but Bladder and Bowel nurses, I don't think we don't. We just suggest to the GP, and the GP will prescribe.
The prescription. All right, that's beautiful. What advice would you give to that young nurse who is confused about what area to specialize?
Okay, so one thing I would say is if you want to specialize in a particular field, you have to shadow. And before you shadow, you have to have passion for it.
Can you talk about that shadow?
Shadow is when you observe someone in a particular specialty. So for instance, you have passion for heart failure and you want to like specialize in heart failure. I would advise you, if you have the opportunity to, because not everybody have the opportunity to shadow. So if you can just go out with one of the heart failure nurses just to observe what they are doing and see if that is what you truly want to do. So that is what shadow means.
So what you're saying in short is, before you make that decision to specialize in a particular field,
you have to
go there and see what happens there. It will help your decision. That's why sometimes I talk about people being interested in doing internship, for example.
Internship.
You see everything. Sometimes just text the manager and say, I want to come and work with you for a couple of weeks. You will be able to pick up something. That's really, really, really brilliant.
And I'm sure they'll be glad to have you.
Yeah, they will, of course. So do you intend to go on as a Bladder and Bowel nurse in future, or you want to go polyvalent, you want to explore other fields?
I don't have an answer to that yet, but I'll say for now I'll just Bladder and Bowel. But in the future, we don't know what the future unfolds. So
you're enjoying Bladder and Bowel and the content of Bladder and Bowel.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it for now. I might change tomorrow, but for now, I'm talking of like for now. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Well done. How do you stay motivated despite numerous work challenges?
So the way I stay motivated is through music.
Wow.
Yeah. I let everything go.
What kind of music do you do?
Gospel music.
What kind of gospel music?
Like Afrobeat.
Afrobeat gospel
Afrobeat
music.
gospel music. Yeah. Like yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I just I let everything go and just like, okay,
relax.
Yeah.
Do you
calm
sleep?
down. Yeah, I sleep, but UK like 5-6 hours of sleep, which is fair.
Do you go to events?
Yeah.
Do you go to church to relax?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I go to church.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy. Party? I'm not like the party kind of person, but it depends on the kind of party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those things really
they really help to unwind.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. Tell us about a funny or embarrassing moment in your career.
Okay, so let me talk about it. I'll not talk about the funny aspect because the funny aspect is I was seeing this patient in clinic and she was like, oh my God, how do you do with all of this? Like, how do you cope with seeing this poo and going back to it? And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's part of me already. I see this every day, so I'm not ashamed about it. So that's like a funny aspect. And the embarrassing aspect, it's not like it's that embarrassing, but I was seeing this patient and I was about to like carry out this examination. And she was like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, why did you ask the question? She was like, oh, okay. Looking at your uniform, it shows that you're like in a higher band of nursing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. She was like, oh, she's thinking I'm too small for this.
This kind of thing.
Oh my God, I'm too small in what aspect?
People's private part. Like, don't you think you're too small?
And I'm like, it's fine because I can't see anything. She's my patient. I was like, it's fine. And I put on my smile again.
And then you move on. And did you laugh about it? Thinking
I did not laugh about it because it was so like, how would you say, like, because the way she said it, it was very
undermining.
Yes, and very rude.
I think it happens to me sometimes
when
I do patients when I go for banks and
but I was like,
they tell me, are you enjoying what you're doing? Of course I'm enjoying it. Of course I'm enjoying it. It can be embarrassing.
One thing you just have to do is just put on your smile again and
it's one beautiful thing nurses do all the time. No matter what happens, you put on that smile and then you move on. Yeah, that's beautiful. What's your favorite procedure as a nurse? Generally, not necessarily as a bladder and bowel nurse.
My favorite procedure, I'll say medication.
You love self-medication?
Yeah, self-medication. I love it. Yeah.
So who is your favorite nurse generally?
Favorite nurse?
Yes. In Nigeria.
In Nigerian.
Don't tell me not society. don't even dare.
Oh wow, you're putting me on the spot right now.
Might be a family member. It might be a friend. It might be me.
To be
yeah, it might be me exactly. Yeah. I'm your favorite nurse. Beautiful. I'll take it.
Thank you for saying it. Yeah.
Who is your favorite nurse content creator?
Okay, my favorite nurse content creator is Nursing with Light. Yeah.
Okay. I think I enjoy her content as well. I mean,
yeah.
But I won't tell you.
As a Nigerian, but in general, Nurse John.
Oh yes.
For the comic aspect, his content are so relatable. I like even on TikTok. I try to.
It's effortlessly funny. He shouldn't even make effort. It's really funny.
It's just,
I do love his content as well. That's beautiful. So we've come to the end of the second session. We'll go to the last aspect, which is a little fun.
Okay.
We ask you a couple of questions, and if you get it, you would qualify to have a nice food.
Oh.
And I maybe some money when I become rich.
Okay.
And I might make you Duchess of somewhere in the UK when I become a very important person in the UK.
Okay.
Right.
Forward to that.
Before then, we'd have another short break, and then we'll continue. Thank you. So this third session is the games fun part.
Okay.
I hope you do enjoy it. If you get all the answers correctly, you will qualify for, as I said, a plate of food. An important position in the UK when I become important.
Okay.
I can make it Duchess of somewhere on the sea. Right. So the first thing is this or that. I don't want you to think. Just answer me straight up.
Okay.
The first one is, I won't ask you why you are picking for this first one.
Fair.
Just be very fast. UK or US?
UK.
Emergency department nurse or ICU nurse?
ICU.
You prefer ICU to the ED?
Yeah.
Okay. Day shift or night shift?
Night shifts.
Do you work night shift as a bladder and bowel nurse?
No, but I do some bank.
So you prefer night shift most of the time. Okay. Bed bath or medication?
Medication.
No. Serving bed pan or documentation?
Documentation.
You're a bladder and bowel nurse.
I know you're bladder and bowel nurse, but documentation.
You're a bladder and bowel nurse.
I'll say both or documentation.
Okay, I'll take that. I think I should say I love what you do as a bladder and bowel nurse.
Are you sure?
Trust me, I do.
Okay.
I mean, have we worked together on the same ship before? No, we haven't.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy what bladder and bowel nurses do. I mean, I enjoy what many people think are the unpleasant parts of nursing. I do it with so much joy. I do my washing and dressing with so much joy. I love it. I love it so much. So I think I would enjoy what bladder and bowel nurses do. And you know, the kind of job I do, I kind of see the products of or the effect of the job that you do and the impact that you make in people's life. And I think that is what is most important when we go to work.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. So this particular aspect, I'll be showing you some equipment. I expect that you wouldn't know them.
Okay. Fair.
Or you would know them because you are a nurse, but necessarily because they are not equipment you use daily.
Okay.
Because you're a bladder and bowel nurse.
Okay.
Yeah. So you tell me what they are.
Okay.
And what they are used for.
Okay.
Right. So I would show them on the screen, and you tell me what it is. Can you tell me what this is?
This is looking like wait, I can look at CTG. Wait, I don't know, but I think a midwife uses this because I'm looking at the wave. It's looking like a bladder scan, but it's not a bladder scan.
Oh gosh, you're correct. It's a CTG machine.
Yes, because labor and
it's a CTG. What position is this?
This is a number. I'm coming sorry. Yeah, Sims position.
Yeah,
Sims position.
When do people have to take this position?
We do use something similar to this when we want to do like bedside examination.
Oh, but I shouldn't be asking you questions like this.
Yeah, so
you would know.
Let's start with ambient position.
You would know, definitely. So what position is this?
This is a hard one. No. I'm coming. So they use it. This is being used during surgery.
Yes.
When you want to have like, I'm coming.
I should have looked for better position.
When you want to have like a back surgery or a spine, also colorectal surgery.
I should have asked you questions related to something like midwifery, something like orthopedic surgery, not bladder and bowel related positions. You know. Jackknife position. Yeah, you're correct. You are correct.
Yeah, jackknife.
And what equipment is this?
This is looking like what I used when I was doing my OSCE training. Wait, is this a spirometer?
It's a spirometer, yeah. You just a round of applause, please. A round of applause.
So I'm having my...
Of course, you have your fat plate of food. I'll make you an important person when I become important. That's if you're not even important.
You are important, but I don't know, Toby, you're a big man.
Can we cut that part? Right, so we've come to the end of our interview session. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very...
And we hope that next time when we ask you to come over for our interview, you'll be so enthusiastic and happy to come.
I will be.
Thank you. Goodbye to our viewers now.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.